So figure shows a differential gears used in a motor car. The pinion A on the propeller shaft has 12 teeth and it gears with the crown gear B, which has 60 teeth. The shafts P and Q forms the rear axle to which the road wheels are attached. If propeller shaft rotates at 1000 rpm and the road wheel attached to the axle Q has a speed of 210 rpm, while taking a turn, find the speed of road wheel attached to axle P. So first of all, we will draw the diagram. You can draw freehand. So let us start. Draw the axis of gear train. This is the main axis of gear train about which axis of some gears will rotate. Draw bevel gear C attached to axle P on which rear wheel is mounted. Draw bevel gear C attached to axle P, which is the rear axle of your vehicle. Next, we will draw the gear D, which is coaxial with gear C. Gear D is attached to axle Q, which is also the rear axle of your vehicle. Okay. So PQ forms the rear axle to which rear wheels are attached. C is mounted on P and D is mounted on Q. Both the gears or shaft are coaxial. Draw gear E in mesh with gears C and D. Now be careful, you will draw gear C and D of same size. Gears C and D are of same size. They have equal number of teeth. They have equal number of teeth. Now E is in mesh with C and D, and axis of E is perpendicular to main axis PQ. Now draw another gear F, which is coaxial with gear E. Now again E and F are of same size, that is they have equal number of teeth. The gears shown in green color, gear E and gear F, are of equal size. They will have same number of teeth. And gear C and gear D are also of equal size, having same number of teeth. Now draw the crown gear B, which can rotate freely about the main axis of gear train or over the axle P. Gear B is the crown gear, which revolves or which can revolve freely over the axle P. All the gears are bevel gears. Now this crown gear B consists of arm G Rigidly connected to B is arm G, which carries gears E and F. Okay. In bearings, you can say arm G has bearings in which gear E and F are mounted. So the arm G will not restrict the rotation of gears E and F about their own axis. Okay. So crown gear B carries arm G and arm G carries gears E and F, which are in mesh with gears C and D attached to the rear axle or rear wheels of your car. And this is differential gearbox, which you will found at the end of the propeller shaft on the rear axle. Now this differential gearbox or this uh, epicyclic gear train, you can say this differential gearbox consists of epicyclic gear train because gears E and F will rotate about the main axis PQ. So differential consists of epicyclic gear train. Now this epicyclic gear train consisting of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gears is driven by pinion A mounted on the propeller shaft. Okay. So A will drive the crown gear B and B will drive the gear train. So what you will note here is that gear A, which is on the propeller shaft, is not the part of epicyclic gear train. Okay, A is not the part of epicyclic gear train. A drives the gear train by driving crown gear B. Now we'll extract the data from the problem statement. Number of teeth on gear A are 12. So TA is equals to 12. Number of teeth on gear B, that is crown gear, 60. Now number of teeth on C and D are equal. This is not mentioned in the problem statement, but it is specified that the shown epicyclic gear train is of differential gears used in a motor car. And if it is a differential gear, gears C and D will have equal number of teeth. Okay. So we write here TC is equals to TD. Also TE is equals to TF. हे पण प्रॉब्लेम मध्ये दिलेलं नाही, but because this is a differential gearbox, we will conclude that E and F have same number of teeth and C and D will have same number of teeth. So TC equals to TD and TE equals to TF. Now speed of gear D is given as 210 rpm. Right wheel is rotating with 210 rpm. And we have to find out, speed of gear A is also given. Speed of propeller shaft or gear A mounted on the propeller shaft rotates with 1000 rpm. Speed of gear A and A is 1000 rpm. We have to determine the speed of gear C while the vehicle is taking a turn. Okay, we have to find out the speed of gear C. आता इथं बघा gear C is mounted on left wheel, gear D is mounted on right wheel. D चा स्पीड दिलेला आहे 210 rpm. बरोबर. This is D and this is C. D is rotating with 210. We have not yet studied the differential gearbox, it's not in your syllabus, but we are going to see it after this. So for the time being, I will tell you something important about this differential gearbox. So look at the gear C and D, both are mounted on the rear axle. Now when your vehicle is moving along a straight line path, C and D will have same velocities. Okay. But when a vehicle is taking a turn, okay, say this is gear C and this is gear D. So what we know that when the vehicle moves along a straight line path, C and D will have same velocities. Both the gears are mounted on the same axle. But now if your vehicle takes a turn, say towards left, now inner wheel has to, आता मी कर्व काढतो, सपोज तुमच्या गाडीने एवढा टर्न घेतला, ओके, लाईक दिस, say in time t, your vehicle moved along this curved path AB. Now while taking a turn or moving along this curved path, inner wheel has to travel less distance, बरोबर? C has to travel less distance and D has to travel more distance, but in same amount of time. And this is only possible when wheel C and D will have different velocities, because they have to cover the different distances in same amount of time. So velocity equals to distance upon time. टाइम सेम जर असेल, डिस्टन्स चेंज झाला म्हणजे वेलॉसिटी पण चेंज व्हायला पाहिजे. दॅट इज फिजिक्स. मग काय व्हायला पाहिजे, सी विल रोटेट विथ लेस स्पीड अँड डी विल रोटेट विथ मोर स्पीड, so that they covers this distance AB in same amount of time. Now to allow the wheels C and D or gears C and D to do this, differential gearbox is used. मग differential gearbox function काय आहे, it will allow gear C and gear D to rotate with different speeds while taking a turn. आता ते कसं अचीव करायचं, that we will see in subsequent lectures. For the time being, you just remember that while taking a turn, wheel C and wheel D or gear C and gear D will have different speeds. C and D are equal, E and F are equal, and A is not the part of epicyclic gear train. या तीन गोष्टी लक्षात ठेवायच्या. कोणत्या कोणत्या? C and D are of equal size, E and F are of equal size. Okay. A is not the part of epicyclic gear train. It is driving the gear train. Okay. And gear C and gear D or both the rear wheels will travel with different velocities while taking a turn. Okay, let us proceed with the solution. Velocity of D is given 210 rpm. We want to find out velocity of or speed of gear C. Now pinion A drives crown gear B, right? So we'll write down the velocity ratio equation for this. Speed of driving gear upon speed of driven gear is equals to number of teeth on driven gear divided by number of teeth on driving gear. Okay. We want to find out speed of crown gear B. So it will be NB is equals to NA into TA upon TB. So let us substitute the values. So we get NB as 200 rpm, right? आलंय का 200? Okay, very good. Rushikesh Dongre, very good. NB is 200 rpm. It's very simple. Number of teeth on B and A are known. Speed of A is known. So it's matter of second to find out the speed of gear B. Now next, we will analyze the epicyclic gear train now. A was not the part of epicyclic gear trains, म्हणून आपण त्याचं separate analysis केलेलं आहे. Now we start the analysis of epicyclic gear train consisting of gears B, C, D, E and F. The first step is to draw the table. Okay, so please draw the table. With 5 columns and 4 rows. 5 columns and 4 rows. First column is for steps. Second is always for arm G. Second column is always reserved for arm. In this case, arm is G. Next, now arm G and gear B will have same speed, correct? Because G is rigidly attached to crown gear B. So G and B will have same speeds. So same column for both the members, arm G and gear B. Next we will rotate gear C by X revolutions in step number 2. So gear C will be the input gear. Next column कशाला पाहिजे? What should I write in the next column? Yes. So E and F. And last one is for C and D. Sorry, D. C चा आधी झालेला आहे because speeds are different. Step 1. Fixed all the gears. Fix all the gears to the arm. Rotate the arm by Y number of rotations. So all the gears will rotate with the same number of revolutions. Barabar. All the gears are fixed to the arm G. Arm G is given Y revolutions. So all the members will rotate with the arm by same speed. Step number 2. Remove the constraint in step 1. Fix the arm. So speed of arm will be 0. Now rotate gear C by X number of revolutions. So speed of gear C is X. Now under this condition we will find out the speeds of gears E and D. Now C drives E, correct? So velocity ratio will be Nc upon Ne is equals to Te upon Tc. We want to find out speed of gear E. So take Ne to the left side and all other terms to the right hand side. So what we have, Ne is equals to Nc into Tc upon Te. Okay. आपल्याला Ne find out करायचा आहे. So Ne to the left and all other terms to the right. We know the speed of gear C. It is X. So substitute X for Nc from the table, correct? Now regarding sign convention, should we use negative sign? Why? Yes, very good. Axis of gear E is perpendicular to the main axis PQ. We are finding speed of gear E. That axis is inclined to the main axis. So we will not use the sign convention. So let us tabulate the speed. Now next, let us find out speed of gear D. E drives D, so write the velocity ratio, and E upon ND is equals to TD upon TE. We want speed of gear D, so ND to the left side, all other terms to the right. Now we know the speed of NE, it is x into TC by TE. So we know this NE. So substitute the speed of NE in the equation. Now tell me, E in the numerator will go with E in the denominator. The final equation for speed of ND will be x into TC upon TD, right? Now tell me about the sign convention. आता इथं काय यूज करायचं का? Because E drives D in opposite direction. Very good. Why? Because axis of gear D is parallel or same as the axis of gear train. आता we will use the sign convention. बघा sign convention कसं येईल? E drives D in opposite direction, so negative sign. Okay? So ND is equals to minus x, because TC in the numerator is equals to TD in the denominator. Gear C and gear D have same number of teeth. So ND is equals to minus x. Now total speeds. Add the speeds in step 1 and step 2 to get the total speeds. So we have speed of arm G or gear B is equals to y. Speed of gear C is x plus y. Speed of gear E is y plus x into TC upon TE. And speed of gear D is y minus x. So we have 4 equations now. And 2 inputs are given. We want to find out speed of NC, which is speed of gear C, which is x plus y. Correct. Speed of gear C किती आहे? X plus y. मग हे find out करण्यासाठी we must know the values of x and y. And to find the values of x and y, we will make use of input conditions. Input conditions काय काय आहे? NB is 200 and ND is 210. So let us solve one by one. Take the first equation, NG is equals to NB. This is y. And NB is given as 200. So ultimately we have y is equals to 200. Correct? मग x कसा काढायचा? Which equation we will use? Yes. So ND is equals to y minus x, and ND is given as 210. So what is x? Minus 10. Now solve for NC. किती आला NC? X plus y. It is 190 RPM. So speed of C is 190 RPM and speed of D is 210. That means your vehicle is taking a left turn. Because speed of inner wheel is always less than the speed of outer wheel.